right, so one of the main movements I had him do all 6 weeks, it was the most consistent movement, was scaption, another light dumbbell movement directly addressing the shoulder injury. It's so important to do these if you have a shoulder injury because it strengthens the supraspinatus, which is a little muscle in the shoulder blade, which is the most prone to injury and one of the slowest muscles to heal. So what you want to do is grab your light dumbbells and you want to start in a place of tension. So here, he's under tension, he's not relaxed. And he's going to raise up about shoulder height, no higher than that. He's going to hold it for 1 to 2 seconds, and then he's going to lower down with control, keeping it under tension. Usually did these between 15 and 20 reps. So again, use anywhere between 5, 10, 15 pound dumbbells.
And it was key, I think, with these, again, that you can't just kind of go through the motions on a lot of these things. You have to know exactly what you're trying to work so that you can make that mental connection to them, especially when you get to the back side of your shoulders. And I think that was something that was mentioned in a coaching thread that I had seen on people looking to just increase their overhead press. And they were talking about how dominant almost everyone is on their front delts and how the back delt is usually, completely neglected. And so all of these motions, once they come to the back side, you really start feeling like you're rebuilding your foundation of all of these stabilizing muscles and everything that are just going to allow you to, kind of start from square one and do it again correctly. And that's what I really felt like with a lot of these shoulder exercises. I've always had a powerful press, a powerful bench, but I've never paid attention to a lot of these small details. So as I go through all these and he explains, specifically, just as he's done on this video, where these muscles are working, you can immediately feel them. And then that connection allows you to work them so much better with a lightweight, because you really know what you're focusing on.
Yeah, and these obviously weren't the only 3 movements we used to help rehab his shoulders. There was so much rowing involved. You need to further develop those mid-upper back muscles as well. So he was doing lots of shoulder work, direct shoulder work, but lots of rowing, lots of basic physical therapy exercises like external rotations, internal rotations, high rows, low rows, lots of face pulls. He had his leg day, he had his bench day, and all that good stuff. But he was always adding in the shoulder stabilizer exercises and mobility movements. And when I saw him 8-9 weeks ago and he couldn't raise his hand over his shoulder, it was pretty ugly. And now when I'm seeing him press, 50-pound kettlebells over his head, it's pretty amazing. And it's because he put his ego aside and focused on the muscles that have probably just been neglected due to the nature of most weightlifting. We're so front body centric. When you look in the mirror, you see the front of your body. You hardly ever get to even look at our backs. So that's something to think about.
Yeah, and we know so many people that experience shoulder problems. I know quite a few people who have had shoulder surgeries recently, and some of them come back quicker from them, and some of them don't. But like you mentioned early on, was you go to physical therapy, this is all you're doing, kind of these motions.
Muscles.
Yes, I couldn't do, but it wasn't repeating motions that I couldn't do that allowed me to be able to attempt those motions. It was, focusing on everything around it.
Yeah, you can't rely on a physical therapist or an average physical therapist because they want to work your muscles in isolation. But the fact is your body is not meant to work in isolation. Your shoulder, like your knee, like your hip, it's meant to work in concert with every surrounding muscle. So that's why exercises like scaption, serratus punches, lots of trap work are going to really help relieve the shoulder pain. You're thinking, why is working my traps or my upper back going to do anything? Well, it's because these muscles aid in supporting the muscle through its ranges of motion. And like we said in the beginning, we're focusing on stability more than anything.
Right.
So now he has a better support structure for that joint that is so susceptible to injury.
Right. And, going into this, a lot of people, said, oh, you're having problems. I had shoulder problems. Get on the mace. Start swinging the mace. Well, that wasn't it. We knew that this had great benefits, but there was just no way I could put one in my hand without just, ripping my shoulder out of socket. So, getting back to overhead pressing, being able to have the range of motion to be able to run the mace now, is where I wanted to be. And, I had very little hope for the ability that I had coming into this. I had very little hope that this was really ever going to happen for me, and let alone this fast. So that's what we really want to leave you guys with, is just, one, you have to do the work. You can't kind of flail around on this stuff. I took it seriously. I did the work, and that's what created the results. And I just want to, say for the first time in kind of my lifting career, I was at kind of my wit's end. I didn't have the knowledge, and I just want to thank Sky for taking the time to write that out and give me a program that would work. And I mean, now I'm back on top again, guys.